try and keep up the pressure. They try and finish games out early. In the beginning of the season were the games where Immortals were getting these 20 minutes and even pre-20-minute victories over teams that were lower in the standing. So they'll probably look to refocus as well, you know, and kick it into overdrive.
Yeah, and as you can see, we have entered picks and bans. Gangplank taken away from Huni. Soraka banned away from Adrian. Now you just need to hit that Janna. And that'll lock out Adrian's pool. Now,
yeah. See, that's an interesting thing that a lot of people have had, you know, ideas about, just because they see Soraka being so annoying and Adrian playing pretty much exclusively defensive supports. I don't think this is an issue of champion pool, and people don't think, oh, Adrian can't play other things, because he definitely has. He's shown it in his career before on Team Impulse. He played plenty of tanks, engage things. He can play frontline. It's just that this is what Immortals have been using to great success, and so they're trying to take away the things that they've most recently used and were successful for the team.
Yeah, that Janna still open along with Braum for Adrian. We'll see what he ends up going for. The other bans for Immortals, Kindred taken away from Kirei, along with Nidalee also banned away from Kirei. Lots of respect towards him.
Again, we see another game where jungle bans against Kirei are focused, but not Elise. So it kind of feels like these red side teams are daring Team Dignitas to first pick Elise, because they feel like he's gonna tunnel on that one if Nidalee and Kindred are off the board. But it doesn't look like Dignitas are gonna fall into that trap, and I don't think that they should. Corki, much more versatile first pick here. We've already talked about it so many times. The laning presence, the versatility in pick bans where you can flex them around, and an instant double locking here for Immortals with the double AD carries.
Yeah, Sivir and Graves are going to be the answer to that Corki. We'll see where that Graves ends up going. If it's ReignOver, Huni, maybe even Pobelter, you never know.
Talking about, you know, Adrian as we were early in Champ Select as well, this could be one of those Impulse-like compositions where Impulse originally, when they were having success last year, were running champions centered around Sivir, you know, rush down champions, and they would play very high tempo as well. Right off the bat, Immortals do get that speed boost. Sivir is definitely back in a very big way after adding crit to her Ricochet.
We'll see how that works out for them. Dignitas now looking to answer some disruption being hovered with that Gragas. What better way to stop a Zerg rush than just split them all apart with an explosive cast? Well, Jhin is being looked at and, in fact, locked in. So it is going to be Jhin for Apollo. And, yeah, Kirei decides to go with Gragas.
He's kind of throwing out the salute there as well. Everyone's trying to bait me into these early Elise picks, but just because that's originally what I got known for, I don't have to tunnel on it. And he does go ahead and pick up the Gragas for himself, which means that ReignOver gets his Rek'Sai once again. You know, hard farming. This guy showed it really well yesterday. He also builds quite oddly, but he definitely builds for the team. Early distortions when they really needed more flash engages, and just focuses on hard farming, counter jungling the enemy. We'll see if they also give him a very strong leash. Oftentimes they'll even give him smiteless leashes and get him off to a really good start.
Yeah, we've heard great things about ReignOver's Rek'Sai. In fact, even seen some of them here in the LCS. And now you're going to pair it up with a Twisted Fate.
Yep, that's the other thing. Double globals here for Immortals. Not only do they have double globals, but they also have movement speed for the rest of the team. So even the pack of the team that can't, you know, Twisted Fate Ultimate or Rek'Sai Ultimate, Sivir Speed Boost can get you into some very easy trades as far as the mid-game objectives go. Makes rotating very, very easy. Sivir Speed Boost plus a couple of globals here. Immortals are prepping themselves for a high-pressure game. Looks like
Rammus now locked in for BillyBoss, taking a page out of the LCK and LPL, and Braum for KiWiKid.
Yep, we're going to have that Rammus top against double AD carries. I like it. Twisted Fate also semi-attack based as well, so not too shabby against him. Does fine against Rek'Sai as well. That's going to spur Immortals on to probably pick up another AP semi-threat here, even though it is coming from the support role. Okay, so no Karma probably then. And they'll just rely on Pobelter's damage.
Pobelter's going to be doing a lot. Yeah, Janna giving that movement speed bonus to Sivir to the roaming composition out of Immortals. And with that, our compositions are locked in, and Immortals, it looks like they got what they wanted. Yeah,
I mean, it is sort of the classic Immortals comps that we've been seeing. I kind of think that maybe a Trundle support last pick would be an interesting wrinkle for them. You know, a little bit of versatility there, a little bit of reaction to the Rammus, seeing as how they do have double AD carries and will need some extra help, you know, shredding through the Rammus. We'll see though, maybe they just focus the Rammus early. Graves is a huge bully, and while Rammus, late game, if he does get, you know, a decent amount of farm and gets to build tanky, he can be a problem for the double ADs early on. He's definitely abusable. The range advantage for Huni, plus the just pure amount of damage that Graves puts out early means if those are standard lanes, he can punish Rammus early on and try and put him in a hole.
And that's what we've seen from Immortals. They are more than willing to abuse any weakness that your team is going to show. And with this global composition, Immortals seem to be in a pretty comfortable spot with this. Now, Dignitas, they have an opportunity if they can let it get late enough, but we want to know what you think. Let us know your predictions for this game. Tweet at OL Esports with hashtag DIGWin or hashtag IMTWin. And we'll check your votes in just a few as we load onto the Rift. Crowd is ready, and so are we. It's Dignitas versus Immortals, and after a 67-minute match for Dignitas, maybe they're going to go for something a little slower.
Play some more League of Legends.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So we talked about, you know, damage profiles here for both teams. Team Dignitas is actually really heavily magic damage. Pretty much just Apollo is going to be bringing that AD threat. So if you know, Twisted Fate or Rek'Sai do end up getting to the back line, which, you know, Sivir speed boost plus their movement abilities should be fairly easy to do, Immortals might be able to have ReignOver get away with a very heavy magic resist build on Rek'Sai.
Oh.
See if he has his dancing shoes on. Here comes the Q from KiWiKid. Oh, there he does throw it.
Does Rek'Sai even wear shoes?
Yes,
claws?
I've seen her buy them. I don't know if she wears them. She definitely buys them.
She takes them home and builds them into a nest.
Just eats the leather.
Extra flavor for it. Okay, so Dignitas going for a few deep wards. Want to keep an eye on any potential lane swaps.
Yeah, I like this. I think they might even want to try and get Rammus away from that lane. Because basically, Rammus' laning phase against a ranged champion, especially one as abusive as Graves, is get defensive ball curl, put it up, try and scramble for some CS, and then retreat into a bush and try and hide, soak up experience, maybe till you get level 6, in which case you do the same thing, except for you pop Tremor Sense and try and clear the whole wave, grab your CS. But looks like we will have the standard lanes setting up here as the Team Dignitas duo stops the Gromp and goes to find their 2 versus 2.
Yeah, so it is standard lanes. Everyone spots it out. Nobody's caught unawares. Early deep wards from Dignitas.
Yeah.
Give them vision. And
I expect 2 versus 2 to be mostly farm heavy. What I'm really interested in is this top lane matchup. There's defensive ball curl, goes into scramble for some CS, then runs like hell. Only giving him a couple of shots on the way out.
A little bit of trading in the bottom as Pobelter trades as well. Level 2 for Shiphtur gets some harass.
Yeah.
Pobelter just needs a couple more minions.
It's actually pretty snowbally the way those trades go, especially since Corki can easily build up the minion wave in his favor. With both of them having corruption potions, it's actually more advantageous for the aggressor and the one who pushes the lane early. So Shiphtur does get the good trade, but exposes himself to a gank.
Ooh, ReignOver flash knock-up. Pobelter with a flash stun of his own. Cleanse gets Shiphtur back.
Oh!
ReignOver's low. He goes down to Kirei's counter.
That cleanse from Shiphtur, able to dodge the wild cards coming out after as well. ReignOver fully committing to that one, and it might even be a lack of respect there. Just not respecting Kirei's, you know, they didn't know where he was. It's a fairly risky gank for ReignOver to go for. Early clear just on the red side, comes out at pretty much the same time as Kirei. Kirei finishing that entire side as well, but yeah, ReignOver goes for it. They get the gold card. Cleanse is able to ensure that he lives, but then Kirei as well jumping on that counter gank. Punishes ReignOver early. This is very rare that we've seen ReignOver punished like this. But
hey,
it is.
He is maintaining that 100% first blood ratio, though. Participation.
The stat is for your team. Not giving it up. And I think he also they might have gotten one without him already. But this blue buff, let's see if they actually give it over to Pobelter. He is pretty far behind, so he's not going to want to wait around a long time. I hate that when you're trying to give blue buff over to your mid laner and they want to push another wave or something. All right, Pobelter doesn't make him wait at least. ReignOver hands it off.
Yeah, blue buff passed over to the mid lane while WildTurtle continues to put pressure against Apollo. Seems to be having a little bit of difficulty CSing as KiWiKid helps him out. Just a few minions behind, while in the top, BillyBoss, 16 minions down 4 minutes in. Gosh, he needs that Tremors.
Yeah, I mean, Rammus kind of just accepts that he's going to be down, but Immortals bottom lane, actually, with the Janna shield and Sivir clearing really quickly, I think was maybe they were able to make Jhin miss early CS under turret, and now they're being able to control the wave pretty well. Unbreakable does block the small amount of harass there, but Apollo scrambling now. Grenade really messes up those last hits under turret, and that's something Jhin does rely upon. So both of the side lanes here for Immortals really working out well, and it's just kind of the early blunder in mid lane that has cost them and means that they're not absolutely crushing Team Dignitas in the early game.
And we even saw in that mid lane, Pobelter going aggressive for the flash. ReignOver wanted to get that kill. Immortals were looking for a very aggressive early game, and their lanes are still committing to the plan.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you know, good reaction plays from Shiphtur and Kirei, this could be all three lanes winning and a much different story. However, Team Dignitas still in this very much, and BillyBoss very close to his ultimate so he can clear waves a little bit quicker. Guess it's wrong, can't find him, a little bit too late. Recall goes off.
Yeah, quick recall and teleport gets BillyBoss some more sustain. Huni looks like he's holding on to his teleport for now. Might try to make something happen in just a little bit. Kirei actually goes for a quick invade, gets some deep vision to keep an eye on ReignOver, but he's already on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I do like this from Kirei, though. You know, after the early edge, getting that first blood money, you know, he's got the edge on ReignOver, gets his early tracker's knife, and goes in to place those wards to try and track him. There comes Pobelter, though. Level 6 now on Twisted Fate. Got to watch out for that first Twisted Fate ultimate.
They are taking the Rift Herald right now.
Yeah, BillyBoss has nothing to do in that lane. It's pushed up, and he's just going to take more abuse from Graves while he waits for cooldown. So might as well go grab that Rift Herald, do something productive, head back, maybe pop his ultimate to try and clear a wave or something.
It's passed over to Kirei as he gets a quick recall. Looks like it is going to be Runic Echoes for Kirei. As BillyBoss is level 6, let's see that. I think he's waiting for this wave to build it up a little more. You got to get the value.
Full value out of that sucker. All right, ReignOver jumps onto the ward, is spotted. So Kirei now knows he is free to make a move on bottom lane. Now bottom lane just starting to recall here, at least Adrian is, so they might vacate the area and deny that opportunity to Kirei. He's going to slip into the bush, though.
KiWiKid's going very aggressive. Might be trying to bait it with his life.
Yeah, they want to get that wave to reset. Otherwise, it's... Oh, by that
no.
Rift Herald buff. Whoops, the daisies there. We didn't see it, actually. The camera shifted away just as Kirei got into that bush. But Rift Herald from the brush still revealed Kirei. Twisted Fate ultimate.
Ooh, there's the Destiny Gate. ReignOver and Pobelter again flash, but BillyBoss is out of there. There's a teleport from Huni. They managed to dive bottom and get a kill onto Adrian, but WildTurtle wants revenge. Apollo is low in the back. He takes a good hit, but gets behind the shield. There's a big disengage. Huni's in the front. Heal keeps him standing. Ignite is burning down. Oh, and he dodges, but he still goes down to the Ignite from Kiwi.
Team Dignitas mechanical outplays are keeping them in this game, and yet again, Immortals commit with the jungler and mid laner, this time up top side for nothing. BillyBoss makes a quick getaway there on Rammus with, you know, flash up, guarantees that he's going to get the speed on his power ball.
Ooh, spell shield.
Good
That's going to be very scary once that curtain call drops. Apollo looks like he's going to hold on to it as WildTurtle. He's still got his flash, and he's healing up with a few health potions.
Upsets aplenty today, Dom, and right now, Team Dignitas in the lead. Let's see how they do get Adrian. Probably going to be some flashes. Yep, Kirei uses his great combo there. You can see he doesn't get greedy. flash, body slam flash straight into the ultimate. And here's where the really impressive part is. KiWiKid is unbreakable off on this auto, and then another big body slam from Kirei, Braum passive, plus the ignite from KiWiKid. Means that the W doesn't even have to land there from Jhin. And they make the kill count on Huni after he blew his teleport.
Yeah, that was kill secure for Dignitas. And I just noticed during that replay, during that entire fight, ReignOver was actually at the blue buff of Dignitas. So that was stolen away on the respawn, which means Shiphtur is going to have to rely on his own mana pool.
Yeah, so I guess ReignOver did get something for his troubles up top, even though BillyBoss was able to escape that gank. Kirei gonna answer back though, steal back Immortals blue buff, so evens the score there. And Team Dignitas setting themselves up for a nice mid game here. Let's see if they can convert. Definitely gonna have to keep an eye on Immortals globals still, as Pobelter on Twisted Fate ultimate is going to pop back up very quickly here.
Yeah, so we did just see the double teleports and the Destiny Gate used by Immortals. Weren't able to get any kills with it. And just because Dignitas was able to outplay that time around. And again, that was without BillyBoss. His teleport was on cooldown trying to catch in top lane.
Yeah, still trying to scrounge up on CS. Graves will take his toll though. Gets the turret as well as the large CS lead for himself. Trying to bully Rammus into submission. Hope that they can delay his Sunfire cape as long as possible, because that guy will be a pain later on.
Once again, Kirei keeping track of ReignOver. He's down a level, but has been the instigator for all of the action that Dignitas has gotten so far. ReignOver just not quite able to be as effective this game as he has been in the past.
Yeah, definitely expending Flash all in for that first blood on mid lane and getting it turned around. Set him behind. Looks like right now Team Dignitas setting up quite a lot of their vision around the dragon, but not making any moves towards starting it up. Unnecessary at this point. They're trying to shove in bottom lane though to gain more control.
Still very early into the game. No need to take any chances. As mid-tier 1 takes some damage as Kirei and Shiphtur able to scare Pobelter off, make him miss just a couple of minions. While WildTurtle, now that lane has been turned around as the pickaxe is going to give the AD advantage to Apollo.
Yeah, while, you know, we're excited for Team Dignitas to come out with a strong early game, you know, and a little bit, tiny bit of a lead here, you know, however small really does count for them. Remember that Immortals have drafted really good wave clear. They've got not only the Twisted Fate in the mid lane, which is where it usually comes from, but also Sivir, so they have AP and AD wave clear. Also, actually under attack down here as Team Dignitas force the ult out of Turtle. Yeah. Very, very scared of that dive once again.
Defensive on the hunt to keep himself away from Kirei. And there goes the Destiny Gate and teleport from Huni, and knockup is going to knock down Pobelter. He gets destroyed before there's a chance. Kirei is so low, but the shield is buying enough time. Can they keep him alive? Kiwi's trying to block, but he might trade his life over. They're diving super deep.
Oh, Kiwi the hero! There are so many small things that Kiwi did there. He also moved up just so the little tiny explosion there would not take down Billy as well, or not take down Kirei as well, and Team Dignitas score all across the map. Not only did they get that kill, but that was in the face of the double globals from Immortals. Teleport, Twisted Fate, both going down there. They get the kill turned around on them and have to settle for getting an early dragon in exchange for the top turret. Not the best of trades, and Team Dignitas increased their small lead. Look at this though. No time for Pobelter to perform any action there. KiWiKid with the immediate ultimate timer there. Blocks the Prey Seeker, then flashes away. Barrel slow to ensure they can't get in range for a follow-up kill, and they complete the escape down bottom.
So close, but again, Dignitas with the mechanical outplays, turning around Immortals' global presence. And so far, 13 minutes in, those globals haven't yielded anything for Immortals aside from that dragon, top tier 1 turret.
Dignitas' hour-long game yesterday didn't wear them down at all. It was just extra practice. Going for another dive here on Turtle.
4 of 4 hitting. WildTurtle takes a lot. Bellshield keeps him standing, but Apollo finishes it off. They're continuing to chase forward. Adrian is caught 6-0 Dignitas.
And they're going to keep up the pressure because they need to. Huni is pushing top lane, and he'll take a turret very quickly on the Graves. That stance already completed, but Team Dignitas score another double kill, plus the turret goes down, and they're going to keep up the pressure, try and get a secondary.
Immortals are reacting as best they can. The mid-tier 2 is taken. Pobelter's not able to take his own mid-tier 1. And ReignOver, he's just going to have to watch as this bottom tier 2 goes down. It's 4 turrets to 2. Dignitas are up by 4,000 gold.
Yeah, they are crushing this early game here against Immortals. Very rarely have we seen this type of early lead against Immortals. I don't know if we've ever seen them have 0 kills this far into the game. Turtle gets tagged with the slows here. Like how Jhin sets up the kill this time with the ultimate. We talked about Jhin quite a lot today with the extra buffs coming in, but the ability to set up picks has definitely been highlighted with the ultimate there. First couple shots being used for the slow, coming in with the long range on his W as well. A lot of utility comes from that pick as well as the extra AD stacking for later. And Team Dignitas looking to capitalize here. They really need to keep up the tempo here. They've got a package Corki with Trinity Force and spell penetration boots done. So Shiphtur is definitely ready to continue with these team fights. Kirei's got 3 kills for himself as well on Gragas, and they're going to rely on him to really set these up. See if BillyBoss can actually get a good Rammus teleport. We aren't 20 minutes in, so it won't be home guard boosted, but still. Rammus at this point coming from behind you, hard to deal with.
Yeah, so Thornmail has been completed for Billy, Trinity Force for Shiphtur, Infinity Edge and Swifties for Apollo. Dignitas are at the peak of their mid-game spike. What do they look for?
Well, they look for a fight. And like we've said, the teleport from Rammus is really scary at this point. What you need to do to set that up is get your deep wards down first. So the warding excursion from Team Dignitas, they've got all outer turrets down. You just want to get some deep wards inside the jungle. Not only will that allow you to create these Rammus teleport plays, it also alerts you to any of the counter movements being prepped by Immortals. And it looks like Team Dignitas is going to focus on the top side here with a 4-1 split push. The Rift Herald buff actually doesn't help very much with turret defense. Doesn't really help your minions survive at all. They still get knocked down just as quickly. But there is that wave clear we highlighted for the team as both Pobelter and WildTurtle are shoving waves.
Dignitas sent 5 members for that tier 2 and only got a good glimpse at it before the minions were cleared away. Pobelter, just a little bit faster, was able to push the minions in the mid-tier 1. He's got his Destiny Gate available, but BillyBoss clears the wave. No chance of a dive for Immortals.
Yeah, Rammus has been able to persevere. The most important item for him is that Thornmail. Really gets insane value out of it because the damage return amps with your armor, and he gets a bunch of free armor when he puts his defensive ball curl on. At this stage in the game, none of these AD carries want to even think about attacking him or being taunted and forced into doing so. Huni, though, gonna head on over. He has Death's Dance, and the extra life return on that will do wonders for him if he is caught out.
Lich Bane completed for Pobelter, along with the Needlessly for some additional damage. Still no Essence Reaver from WildTurtle, so their Immortals are still just a step behind, but they're currently not hanging on for their lives or anything. They're still comfortable.
Yeah, like we said, they've got the Sivir and the Twisted Fate. You know, having wave clear that strong means that they can sit sort of and wait for the mistake from Team Dignitas to come. Not to mention Huni on Graves, also a decent wave clear for himself. A little bit shorter range, a little bit more risky, but can easily pull that off against Rammus. So Immortals right now just trying to sort of lick their wounds after that early game and the first couple of missteps that they made. And wait for Team Dignitas to step out of line so that Immortals can abuse their extra mobility. This team has the Sivir plus the double globals that we talked about. I guess triple since Huni's got his teleport ready.
Yeah, taking a look at the minimap, Immortals have got so much defensive and river vision. These guys are not going to be caught by any rotation. Solid play from Immortals, accurately identifying what Dignitas need to do and nullifying it.
Yep, just trying to wait for that opening to pull the trigger. The other thing about TF, ReignOver actually the one stepping out of line. Gets a decent chunk of her harass there, but heals it back up with her passive. The other thing about Team Dignitas comp here, it's very hard to split push and play this split game against a team that has so much mobility. Crumbs talked about trying to work with minion waves crashing into turrets. When your opponents can instantly clear those waves, plus they have members with multiple globals to answer any of your moves, it makes it really hard to force anything besides these neutral objectives. So that's why we're seeing Team Dignitas focus on those neutral objectives and just secure them first before going for something a little bit more risky. Now they're getting their deep vision and hoping to catch someone out.
Yeah, Dignitas trying to clear away Immortals' defensive line so they can look to continue to snowball this early game lead, but slowly but surely, Immortals are catching back up. What was 4,000, it's now about 3.5, getting closer and closer to 3 as the minions continue to crash in wave after wave. New Immortals open arms.
Yeah, Huni actually doubling down on these damage reduction semi-offensive items here. Death Dance plus Phantom Dancer, both good for dueling. Your damage reduction on a single person that you're going to be auto-attacking, combined with the extra lifesteal Graves is packing, can definitely make him an extremely strong duelist, even against this very scary early Thornmail, soon-to-be Sunfire Cape Rammus that Team Dignitas are really going to count on to bring them those victories in the mid-game team fights. And it's going to be about BillyBoss either using that home guard teleport or home guard teleport plus flash to get back to either Turtle or Huni.
And we've got every single summoner spell up. It's 10 for 10 on each team. Wards have been cleared out on Immortals' blue side jungle, but Dignitas are just going to use the time to get a quick recall, upgrade a few items. Huni is safe, split pushing on the far side. So the defensive line for Immortals is continuing to hold. There goes the Void Rush. Red buff even being passed over to WildTurtle.
Good test of Immortals' ability to change up the game plan. If they don't get a super early lead and try and finish out the game early, switching it over to a bit more of a defensive play style and trying to play from behind here.
ReignOver looking for a cheeky steal, doesn't find it. Shiphtur has got the package, so that would be a very dangerous steal, but that means there's about 45, maybe 40 seconds left on that. So we can watch for any sort of play that Dignitas might look for. Just clear out some of the tunnels, and again, look for that deep vision, look for that pick.
Immortals playing the defensive game very well here. Do have a lot of tools to work with, but nobody extending far enough to get caught out. They really have to be extra careful about the package as well. But without the rest of the team there, probably not going to come to much. I have to say, Kirei this game really showing up on Gragas. People definitely scared of his Elise early on, but even with 2 jungle bans thrown at Kirei, doesn't go for the super comfort pick of old for himself, and 100% kill participation for him on this Gragas, creating really everything for Team Dignitas.
KiWiKid on the invade, finds ReignOver, tags him a few times. Kirei lands the slow, but again, there's no follow-up. There's no way to get in deep enough, as Immortals are just, to use Rammus, completely defensive ball curl.
Yeah, okay. Oh, here we go. Team Dignitas, the Tremor Sense here from ReignOver. All right, Prayseeker's just gonna reveal. It doesn't even have to get close enough to rely on Tremor Sense. But that's going to scare away Dignitas completely. They remember yesterday, Team Dignitas yesterday as well was ahead the entire game. And even with securing Barons, not able to close it out. This time around as well, they're facing a very formidable opponent and do not want to risk any sort of...
Another difference between that was yesterday when Dignitas played, they were constantly increasing their gold lead. Oh, uh-oh.
Gragas is here. Kirei's ready.
Huni gets caught by the taunt. Kirei collapses. He gets a lot of damage. The barrel knocks him back. Huni's so tanky, though. He drops. BillyBoss gets the kill.
They get their pick. Team Dignitas have been patient and keeping up the vision, just waiting for that one person from Immortals to step out of line. Really good collapse right there. Pobelter was on the top side of the map, so even though we saw the Twisted Fate ultimate, that was for vision, and he was not in a position to come help Huni. Huni all on his own, pushing really, really far, actually. maybe we have the first sort of lapse in judgment from Immortals since the early mistakes. Team Dignitas do get one more kill. However, it does not translate into any objectives, and Huni is just going to get away with that, giving up 450 gold as well as the flash cooldown.
There's now a minute for that Dragon number 2 for both Dignitas and Immortals. Again, that's going to be the burn on turrets, which should help any sort of sieges or skirmishes Dignitas might find. Now, Huni has respawned and immediately heads right back into the bottom lane. Says, I can do it this time. This time I got it, don't worry.
Yeah. Not exposing himself as far this time around. Does have some vision in that blue side jungle. A lot of Team Dignitas revealing themselves mid lane. Let's see if Immortals can hold this turret. Not likely.
Chunk down to half, now a quarter. There's a flash knock-up. Kirei's so tanky, but he still manages to get out. Here comes the teleport from Huni. Not able to make anything happen with it, though. And Dignitas, they get the damage.
Yeah.
Disengage.
Team Dignitas blow 0 summoners there, just using the ultimates of KiWiKid and Kirei. BillyBoss also, Tremor Sense, that thing has a ridiculously low cooldown, so barely even count that. But the 2 big disengage ultimates are enough to save all summoners for Team Dignitas, whereas the flash on Rek'Sai was blown, which is a very big part of Immortals' team fight.
Dragon being started by Dignitas. Immortals are looking to collapse, but WildTurtle's just a little bit late. Looks like BillyBoss is zoning. ReignOver looking for the steal. Doesn't find it as Kirei manages to get the smite secure. KiWiKid leads the charge. Doesn't have Glacial Fissure, but is able to scare Immortals away. Blue buff picked up by Pobelter. And everybody splits.
Yeah, Immortals are able to at least grab that blue buff away while Team Dignitas are moving up into their jungle. That does secure them some more time for Pobelter to be able to wave clear, spam out his wild cards on Twisted Fate. But yeah, still in defensive mode here from Immortals. Team Dignitas have all the tools once again. All the pressure at the moment.
Red buff being secured by WildTurtle once again, as everyone continues to get closer and closer towards that late game. Seems like Immortals are taking a page out of Echo Fox's book, and they're just content to sit back, defend, farm it up.
Yeah, when you get this far behind early, your options become very limited. And you really do want to rely on a mistake from your opponent. But Team Dignitas have been playing it out fairly cleanly.
Patient play from Dignitas. Not going to squander the advantage that they've achieved in the early game. Oh, Void Rush is going to send ReignOver, Huni, and Pobelter right into Dignitas, but still can't get too far forward as the wards are cleared.
You know, I bring this up every once in a while when we have one of these games where a team has a very significant lead, but are kind of struggling to crack further into secondary turrets. And I don't actually think it's going to happen, but I like to bring it up every time anyway. And that is the Ohm record. Almost never bought. Maybe actually literally never bought in professional play. But, okay, never mind. We're going to have a fight.
Oh, a little bit of burn damage. Finds the tier 2 as Apollo gets a 4th bullet onto it. KiWiKid clears out the ward of ReignOver. Maintains control. Here comes the next minion wave, and Dignitas. They've got 4 in the mid while Shiphtur is in the top. Are they going to break 2 tier 2s at once?
Split is working. Look at that burn from Dragon number 2.
BillyBoss takes a stun, but he's just fine with it. The top tier 2 goes down for Dignitas. Oh,
BillyBoss gets the taunt.
Oh, stun finds Kiwi. He's chunk low. He goes down. The first kill for Immortals is on the board. 27 minutes in. They continue to chase forward. BillyBoss is so tanky. He flashes, and ReignOver gets out. There goes the Destiny Gate. They're continuing to chase forward. Red card finds Kirei along with another one.
Whoopsie.
Hurt has been dropped. Pobelter takes 2 hits. Adrian looks to block the 4th.
Oh! What?
Oh, no, the late Zodius. Oh, wow.
Okay, everybody's starting to panic a little bit there towards the end. But he doesn't go down anyway. That was a little bit of fumble fingers there. Let's see if Immortals can continue to capitalize, though, trying to get this turret.
There goes collateral damage down the mid lane to try bullying away. The minion wave is getting thinned out far faster than Immortals want, but they're still going to take it as mid tier 1 goes down.
All right, so A small bit gained back there for Immortals.
Consolation prize.
Yeah, they are able to find the single kill bounty, as well as the mid turret. So that is definitely something for them. You know, closing that gold lead is going to be a multi-step process. That's not going to be a quick fix. And they've taken the first step here. So let's look at this. It actually starts out with BillyBoss getting the taunt. Big thing is watch Gragas ultimate here. Kirei ults only Sivir and it gets spell shielded as well. So Gragas ultimate effectively did nothing except burn that spell shield cooldown from WildTurtle, and he's not pressured. So didn't do much, but this red card from Pobelter means that they don't get another kill. That was actually pretty big, and then here's where it goes a little hilarious as Adrian takes the first one, but then doesn't take that last one, and there's a late Zhonya's as well from Pobelter. He didn't Zhonya's the actual shot. So still took the damage and then opened himself up to more. Okay.
In mid lane, Kiwi's knocked up as ReignOver's in the front line. There goes a teleport onto the tunnel as Huni comes in, trying to follow it up, but BillyBoss is so tanky. ReignOver gets locked down by Billy. There goes the package to get Shiphtur in, but it's not quite close enough.
But everybody's here. Package is delivered, and 5-on-5 now. Most of the poke from Immortals there did go into Rammus, who had defensive bar core up, and that's why we see both teams actually disengaging off of that.
All right, we've hit the 30-minute mark now. Dignitas ahead, but Immortals are starting to fight back, scrapping with some of those more powerful items that they've finally picked up. Now, Dragon is coming up in a minute. We saw Immortals semi-contest number 2. We'll see if they can make another fight for this one, but Huni doesn't have teleport, and he's on the wrong side of the map. Unless this is all part of their master plan.
Well, what the plan right now for Team Dignitas should be is sort of regaining control of the vision. There was a lot of chaos here in the last couple minutes, and you know, the wards have all timed out. You know, 2.5 minutes now for majority of wards to time out. Actually, they're just making a hard push straight up mid, continuing to focus on this mid turret. They've chipped it down so low. It's about ready to topple over, but Immortals looking to make another stand at the same turret here. They can't afford many shots. One wave coming in.
Yeah, Huni looks for the flash. Flank, trying to get in there. The turret goes down. Kiwi drops before anyone can get in there, but Adrian has fallen. Here's Huni in the back.
Whoa, Huni!
Some good damage, but he's not quite able to lock anyone down. There's the Destiny Gate. Curtain call finds Pobelter. 1 bullet, 2. He gets behind him, but Shiphtur turns around the Zhonya's. Buys Pobelter time. Shiphtur's looking for it. Oh, triple kill.
Nice.
This is WildTurtle overextended now. Quadra kill for Shiphtur.
That's a clean ace for Team Dignitas. They're going to be able to get inhibitor turret off of that and crack the base open. Huge step for them.
The mechanical outplays every single fight are non-stop for Dignitas, turning around seemingly lost engages.
Great timing there from Shiphtur on the Foss Bomb to grab that kill, and then BillyBoss comes back in, flashes for the extra kill, and the ace. Inhibitor down. Much quicker pace now. Once you get the inhibitor down, you can keep that tempo up. Going to put a lot more pressure. This dragon should easily be picked up by Team Dignitas. ReignOver, though, he ults back out onto the field. I actually want to look at what happens after this. The early ult from Kiwi doesn't do too much, but move Pobelter. Really, that's the KiWiKid sacrificing his life to get all in there. Now it's the retreat. Huni's overdive, I think, really does cost them. Kirei is going to get out with a sliver of health. And here goes Shiphtur. The edge of the Foss Bomb, able to get Pobelter. Not enough move speed to walk barely out of that. Turtle wasn't quite in heal range either, so he was just around the corner. That was so close to going the other way, but Shiphtur and BillyBoss come out with the 2 kills.
Yeah, again, these fights have been razor edge between the two, and Dignitas consistently coming out on top in these trades.
They're in such a good position now. There's even a really deep ward inside of Immortals' base. If you can see, they left it there after they downed the inhibitor. That opens up a lot of options for Team Dignitas. Right now, though, they've actually ignored the dragon, and they're not going to continue to stack it. And the ping's actually going down on Baron, but Immortals do have wards on that side as well. So good little counter there from Immortals. As we went into the replay, we're talking about ReignOver using Rek'Sai ultimate to get back out there. Here goes Swiss of Fate.
There's the Destiny Gate. They're looking for Apollo, but can't quite catch him. Kiwi takes the brunt of the punishment. Here's a teleport for BillyBoss right in the middle of Immortals. Pobelter has to leave from the far side, and Kirei chases it. BillyBoss, though, getting some great damage across with the tremors. And yeah, that's going to be Pobelter going down to Kirei.
Immortals try and force something out in the open, and BillyBoss just comes in with a teleport right in the middle of the team, forces an awkward ultimate from Adrian, which doesn't really heal anyone and doesn't really help because Rammus right into the rest of the team. Pretty big cooldowns there for Immortals, and from there it's really hard for them to pull that team fight back under control. Pobelter sort of left out to dry there as he was on the wrong side. And again, Team Dignitas with another chance to bolster their vision control. He drops down the Zerat portal to try and occupy ReignOver while they go for the Baron.
ReignOver level 14 to Kirei's 16. Baron's down to half, but
Pobelter
they've
does
got
have
to
teleport.
respect it. Immortal trying to get a fight, but Kirei leads the charge once again. This is a fight that Dignitas look to want. Huni gets knocked in. He gets out of some of the initial burst, but it's still going to go down to Shiphtur, and Immortals have to back away.
Another good pick there from Team Dignitas. The Zerat portal is spitting out minions as well. They're keeping up the pressure.
Oh, once again, starting out the Baron. There goes the Destiny Gate for Pobelter. Teleport, actually. He still got his Destiny Gate. Gets a gold card prepped. There's a Tornado ready to try to catch someone. Shiphtur eats a knockup, but Pobelter is chunked out in the beginning. ReignOver again in the front line. Is going to go down. Shiphtur is godlike. WildTurtle drops another kill for Shiphtur as he leads the charge. Adrian is going to get a quick monsoon, but the curtain has fallen. Adrian's time is... Oh, it's still going! He missed the last bullet.
Woo! Adrian saying after hours, curtain drawn already, and he's able to get out alive. Baron's not going to be able to stay, though. Team Dignitas will secure this Baron.
35 minutes in, and Dignitas have got complete control of the game. 9,000 gold ahead, 12 kills, mid-inhibitor down. Immortals are behind.
They've been behind the whole game, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
They're still behind, baby.
Yes.
35 minutes into the game, and Team Dignitas, once again, poised to take another inhibitor turret here. They've got Baron buff, they've got super minions, they have Zerat portal pushing. So much pushing in their favor right now. Let's take another look at this team fight, though. This is the second attempt at the 4 versus 5 Baron stop from Immortals, but they're lacking Huni's damage. Kirei gets in there, gets the little slowdown, and KiWiKid jumps in for the zoning with Braum there and is able to retreat as well. Turtle gets snagged for the extra kill right there, and Shiphtur is racking up the kills on Corki today. Adrian again, though, fancy footwork even after that second one hits, and he's got the slow on him. Still able to pull off the zigzag. Janna, really difficult to hit with those because of the extra speed boost, but now it's going to be very difficult for Immortals to hold on to this one. And Team Dignitas just energized after yesterday's 67-minute game, looking to take down the top dogs here at the North American LCS.
Yeah, we mentioned how important it was for Dignitas to maintain a positive attitude coming into this game. Well, they've got that in spades. Dignitas are playing out of their minds. Kirei, 100% kill participation.
Still.
Shiphtur 8-0-2, and now they're looking for this inhibitor turret. ReignOver gets completely knocked around and destroyed. KiWiKid. Kill secured for the team, but they're looking for the tier 2 now. Pobelter gets a gold card onto BillyBoss, but he is so tanky. He engages. There's a monsoon, and BillyBoss gets in and gets out with a kill. Still, Dignitas alive with no help. There's the Destiny. Will Pobelter follow it up with a gate? They're all grouped as 5 on top of the portal, and BillyBoss gets out alive.
Woo! Tuck and roll there from BillyBoss. Defensive ball curl on, and he's able to run away. Nobody goes down. This is going to be the game ender.
Looking to break down yet another inhibitor. The bottom one goes down.
At least the inhibitor ender.
Mid is bare, and Dignitas are ready to break it down. Immortals, 3 versus 5, cannot defend. 2 inhibitors down. Dignitas.
All right, poised once again. They've been in this position just yesterday. 2 inhibitors down, though. Complete control of all neutral objectives. 2 inhibitors worth of super minions and Zerats. 2 Zerats this time in their favor. Immortals really have to pull something special out if they want to turn this one around. Let's take another look here at the fight. It all started off with, Kirei with another Gragas ultimate. He's had some very good ones so far, and it earns them that kill. Look at this BillyBoss, though. Defensive ball curl on and flashes back in onto the Sivir. Takes almost no damage with that thing up. Pobelter not willing to pull the trigger 1 into 5 because there's so much immediate crowd control that can stop him. We've seen it before. Doesn't even get to perform a single action before dying. And Immortals really no options to grab anything back after that. This entire time, by the way, BillyBoss nor Shiphtur have died. Shiphtur on this Corki, legendary, and Immortal himself.
Yeah, last time we saw him take this Corki, it was week 6 against TSM, where he went 4-0-8. Exceptional play. So far, he's only died once on Corki in the spring split. Now they're sieging the top inhibitor. Dignitas will not be stopped. The Baron buff has fallen off.
Yeah, also there's a Zerat in mid, so that's super minions plus Zerat minions coming through, and even this Graves cannot handle it. Graves plus Gragas not able to deal with the neutral monsters. Here it goes!
Yeah, looks like Dignitas are trying to fight once again. ReignOver in the front, doesn't even get a chance to knock anyone up as he's chunked low. KiWiKid soaking some damage, but Dignitas, they get the chunk and get away.
Yeah, that's gonna buy some extra time here for these minions to march in towards Nexus turret. 2, maybe 3 more hits, depending on who hits it, left on this turret.
There goes a fresh ReignOver, full health with Home Guard. Void rushes in, but the turret is slowly falling. Kirei gets caught, he's still alive. KiWiKid leaps to his aid, and ReignOver again goes down. Apollo gets the kill. BillyBoss finally going to drop. Curtain Call is going to find WildTurtle, but not finish him off. Apollo dies. That's 2 for 1 so far for Immortals, and they make it 3. Huni shuts down Shiphtur.
Huni says, we are the only Immortals in this game. They kill both Rammus and Corki in that fight. But still, they've got a long ways to go. 1 step back towards the comeback here from Immortals. 1 foot in front of the other, though. They need to make that count. They have time to farm up. One thing about having 2 inhibitors down, you constantly have minions to farm, so they still are going to have gold income here.
They've got that going for them, which is nice. Now, Dragon has spawned. It's been up for about a minute or so. Huni looks to solo it, but KiWiKid is on the way.
As is Kirei, so we'll see if he gets there for the Smite Steal. But look at this. Dignitas, they actually don't have to force right now, since time is definitely their ally at this point with all the Zerat minions and super minions going in, but they actually take a lot of damage and expend a lot of flashes as well as ultimates in that dive. At this stage of the game also, since Immortals have home guards, going for that all-in and forcing that fight really kind of in favor of Immortals, as ReignOver gets a really free heal right there and back out right onto the battlefield. Also allows Huni to clean up some of those minions, and this is why Immortals are able to come back a bit in this fight as they stun BillyBoss in close towards the turret, and then Huni goes offensive here, taking down the carries of the back line. Let's see what happened with that Dragon, though, as we come out of this replay. Looks like it was chalked up to Immortals. They've got 3 of them for their names now. Huni was able to get away with it.
41.5 minutes in. Baron is up in 40 seconds. The last was secured by Dignitas. Immortals have 2 inhibs down. Zeroth portals pushing in just about every place imaginable. And they are going to have to try to contest this as Dignitas continue to turn up the heat against Immortals.
Yeah. Dignitas fans right now are just crossing their fingers, hoping that there's no repeat of yesterday. That man believes! BillyBoss wants to finish this turret!
Oh, and they are sacrificing a lot of health, but it finally goes down. Turret secured. That's the last Baron inhibitor, and Dignitas back up before feigning back into fight. Pobelter finds a stun. There's on the hunt. Knockup is only going to find Huni. ReignOver's in the front. Pobelter's doing fine. BillyBoss isn't able to finish him off. Adrian leads the charge with Turtle, and Immortals are turning it around.
It's happening
Shiphtur is
again.
going to die. That's an ace with the Zonia.
It's going to be Baron.
Again.
That will be Baron, Dom. Okay, so we talked about those steps earlier in the game. This was a giant leap for Immortals. This is them sprinting halfway towards the end of the race. They can clear out all these minions around the inhibitors. They can take this Baron confidently. Oh my God, if this happens again, this will be traumatizing for Team Dignitas and all of their fans.
Baron is being shredded, and there's no answer. KiWiKid's not going to be up for another 12 seconds. No one can contest this, and Immortals get the Baron and get back into the game.
I'm scared to say it, but all right, here we go. Let's get another look at this fight. Notice the Sivir damage. Sivir crit late game. This is something we've said, you know, since teams have started playing on 6.4, but we haven't had a really good example yet. This is an amazing example. The team fight damage late game of Sivir now is absolutely insane. Having crits on your Ricochet meant that everyone there taking crits from WildTurtle in the team fight. Meanwhile, they were also worried about the damage from Pobelter and Huni on the other side, so made it hard for KiWiKid to get the Unbreakable up in front of the right target. I think you have to choose the Sivir in this case, but man, Immortals doing a really good job of spreading out their damage threats so that KiWiKid can't really have a great Unbreakable to block them all. And Sivir takes her toll. Blood this time, and gold.
The two main carries. Whoa, the engage from Kirei. He's going to try to turn this fight around, but here comes the teleport. Huni's trying to get in. And it's not successful.
5 on 5.
He's got to back up.
Team Dignitas do have the package in base. They might want to recall here. Let Shiphtur pick that up because this next team fight is going to be crucial for them. Baroned up Immortals, pressuring the second turret.
Yeah, this is the tier 2 going down the 5th turret for Immortals. Looks like Corki trying to stay and defend. Not quite able to keep it up. Holding on to that package, waiting for a more opportune time as Immortals rotate bottom. Pobelter's got his teleport. He's going to group with his team in a moment after.
I mean, look at those crits. Immortals have been able to farm up. Everybody's almost full item, save for the supports now. So the gold difference has kind of timed out. There's a small advantage still for Team Dignitas, but it's all about the team fight.
Oh, BillyBoss is getting shredded. Pobelter is going to be the one who kills him. There's the Destiny gate. Actually, that's the Destiny. We'll see if he decides to go for it. On the Hunt has been pulled. They take down the tier 2 and scare Dignitas back to their base. 60-second death timer for BillyBoss.
They're doing it! Still Baron buff on Immortals! You gotta be shitting me, man! They're getting it right inside the base!
They're continuing to pressure forward. Dignitas are trying to hold on, but Pobelter is shredding through the Nexus turret. One goes down. Immortals, they've got 2 cannon minions. A stun finds ReignOver. Oh, there's the curtain call. Can he get the execution?
Can he get ReignOver?
Oh, Monsoon to keep him at full health. Final bullet finds Adrian, but they're still relatively healthy.
Team Dignitas, they need to fend them off. They have to withstand this Baron push. Only one inhibitor is okay for them to deal with. They have 2 Zerat portals. They can handle minion waves if they're able to hold. They are able to secure it.
Oh yeah, Immortals finally let up with the pressure. Whew. But Dragon is up in 35 seconds. That's number 4 for Immortals.
This is where cleaner heads will prevail. This is all about the setup and the calling in the next team fight. If you lose the next team fight, you lose the game.
BillyBoss is back up. Dignitas as 5 have to defend.
Watch for those crucial ultimates. Kirei on Gragas, trying to separate the team. If they get a great Gragas ultimate and burst down one of these squishy DPS members from Immortals, Team Dignitas can actually clinch the game. If not, Immortals have shown in the last several team fights that they've been able to come out on top, spreading out the damage dealers. Adrian doing his best to protect whoever gets selected as the target. Kirei moves in.
They're looking for Kirei. He gets the cast, but doesn't quite find it. BillyBoss! Pobelter cleanses. Monsoon keeps them at full health. Gold card finds Kiwi as a rocket gets some more damage. KiWiKid goes down. BillyBoss makes it back into the base.
Immortals just play with so much confidence. They have all these DPS members, and everyone is on 10 right now. Nobody's dialing it back. They're keeping up the pressure, and they focus down the front line. They force BillyBoss out of the fight, and then switch over to KiWiKid, who's much squishier. A second inhibitor turret goes down, and second inhibitor going down.
Immortals still 5v4 for 30 seconds. Those 2 inhibitors are down. That's a large wave down bottom. Not quite able to finish it off just yet as it is successfully cleared. BillyBoss forced to use the tremors. Immortals aren't done. They're continuing to pressure forward. They can try to end the cast. Pulls the trigger.
Left.
Immortals get pulled back in. ReignOver gets chunked low. Shiphtur has to dodge back, but he gets the kill. Apollo is dead. It's 3 versus 5. Kirei goes down. 2 versus 5. Immortals have turned it around. WildTurtle gets another one, and the Nexus goes down. Immortals have beaten Dignitas. said it yourself, Kobe. Cooler heads will prevail, and Immortals kept their cool. 48 minutes into the game, they're finally able to take it.
That is heartbreaking for Team Dignitas. But man, Immortals have also been showing some cracks in the last couple of weeks, ever since their defeat at the hands of CLG. Going into playoffs, they're going to have to really re-emphasize their practice.
WildTurtle so happy he's hugging people after that one.
Yeah, it feels so good to come back in a game like that. Even though they're going to have a lot to review, you know, how they got into that situation and corrections to make, coming back in a victory like that always gives you this sense of euphoria. You have such relief at it. So smiles all around for those guys, but yet again, Team Dignitas, they're going to have to refocus once again. They still have another week to play, heading into playoffs, trying to jockey for positioning.
And from what we saw from the first 30, 40 minutes of the game, Dignitas played with their they played with their heads together. They played like they knew what they were doing. They were outplaying.
A lot of good outplays. Yeah. Good job capitalizing on people out of position. They even made a lot of picks in the mid game. They held on to this lead for so long and controlled the map for so long. But Immortals with a miraculous stand inside their base.
The last
and again,
stand.
Second time in the same week.
Yeah.
Back-to-back days here.
You've got to imagine how they can come back from that. But for more on that game, we're going to send it down to Riv, who's standing by with Immortals support.